Since 1997, Down East Off-Road has specialized in Jeep, truck, and SUV upfitting, from lift kits and tire and wheel packages to V8 engine swaps and police and public safety installations. We transform your ride. Down East Off-Road takes great pride in customized conversions, crafting beautiful, functional, and engaging work that delights and delivers results. Choose Down East Off-Road for all your performance needs. The most reputable and professional automotive services in the area, with unbeatable prices and excellent customer service. For all your upfitting needs, choose Down East Off-Road. Serving the Rocky Mount area for 30 plus years, John Barnes Electric and the team of certified, licensed electricians deliver timely, safe, and reliable electrical services. Working closely with each client, John Barnes Electric provides completely adapted, effective, and up-to-date solutions for your home or business, as well as customized designs of electrical layouts to suit the style and functionality desired. Contact the leading experts for electrical solutions and applications that meet and exceed industry standards. John Barnes Electric. Experience outdoor underwater adventure with Pamlico Divers. From spearfishing to fossil and wreck hunting, the thrill of Carolina diving brings underwater beauty, life, and history to your adventure. Whether you're just beginning or an avid diver, Pamlico Divers has the gear and expertise to make your dive a great adventure year-round. It's our passion and can be yours too. Prepare for your Carolina underwater adventure with the gear and expertise of Pamlico Divers. For those of you on the hunt, get all the equipment you need at Eastern Expedition Equipment, located at 407 Western Avenue in Nashville. Tim Fisher & Company have plenty of individually designed boats to meet any sort of specifications you need. And to make sure it's perfect for you, test it out in their own indoor pool. If you're going out there to collect fossils, do some hunting, or anything else, you'll need to visit Eastern Expedition Equipment.
You can check us out on Facebook at Eastern Expedition Equipment, or you can give me a call at 252-908-0394. Check us out, y'all. Little expedition, see if we can find everything from the finding any mine shaft, if we can find any of that stuff, and get it logged on a map. We'll just make a new map of the place, measure everything. I got plenty of measuring devices, and we'll try to measure what we can measure and put this town back together again on paper. That's really my goal right now, is trying to take this town that's completely vanished. Nobody hardly knows anything about it anymore, just not at all. So I think kind of my goal in it is trying to put this town that's vanished, gold mining town, back on the map again, and then from there, then seeing where everything went, where the wash plant was, and then, where everything was at. And then we piece it all together, man. Hey, might be some gold and some cracks and some wood around it. Yeah. Hey, and then to do it. One of the documents that I saw, they were saying about some of the people that they had to pay on that were the more higher paid people. And it said there was a jewelry store in town. Now this town was big enough, it had a post office, it had a jewelry store, it had 5 general stores, it had a post office, it had a schoolhouse.
It had a church. I know the church part because
the church.
There's a record of another church Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, somewhere, sending hymnals
Sure
and
did.
stuff to them.
Yeah. So I mean, it was a big community. You know.
What would be cool to find out is if we could do more research on it, is to find out if that fire was a sudden fire or if it was kind of later on after everything was kind of abandoned.
Yeah.
If it was a sudden fire, there's no telling what might really be in the ground.
There's no
To a
tell.
jewelry store, hey, there
Yeah.
could be jewelry there. There could be. You don't never know.
But there's
Yeah.
a jewelry store there.
Yeah, I hope I find that area.
If your military goes off, we're gonna storm you.
Yeah,
boy.
stay on.
You'll have a bunch of buddies digging with shovels back.
Yeah, go get the backhoe.
That's right, get back, we're gonna dig.
In the dump truck.
That's right. Big sister.
We're going to the bank.
Yeah.
Almost trying to take out a loan to buy all that land.
Real quick.
All right, well, I'm heading home.
10-4, Captain. We will meet in the morning.
Last one here's gotta get lunch.
I'm glad I ain't falling in the house, yeah. Breakfast too.
Sounds like
All right, I'll see you tomorrow.
Sounds like the man's got a locked door there.
Sounds good, boss.
Okay, right here we're showing, we took the drone up. Chris is piloting the drone and we were looking around to see what we could find here on the gold mine. And as you can see, there's a few trees that's sitting taller than the other trees. And that's kind of stuff we're looking for. When you see those tall trees like that, that means that there was something below that, they didn't want to cut the timber there. It was just, not a good, the ground wasn't right or something. And so that's what we were looking for, is the taller trees. That usually is a telltale sign there's something there to look at. So pretty cool footage. Got some good aerial footage today, and we're going to check out and see why those trees hadn't been cut down. Them brows are tough, bro.
Yeah, free piercing all day.
Like I said, now it might just be them logs, but there's like a hole down in there, but I ain't sure.
Well, y'all, we hit the old gold mine shaft. I think we have found really one of their major mine shafts. They really formed this up good. We'll show you in some more footage where we've dropped the underwater video equipment down, and we can show you how they form these walls and put everything together. And what's your idea about it and seeing it?
Well, it's just like, back then they didn't have a lot to work with, so that, they couldn't come and cut, huge long timber.
Yeah.
So what they did is they started digging here. They'd go down and take something like the size of like a 2x6, 2x8, and they'd run those 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they'd go back and run slats down in between it, in between that and that dirt to wall that stuff up. That keep that dirt from collapsing and coming back in on top of it.
Yep.
Once they got to a certain depth, they start and they do it again. So as that mine goes down, there's a wall, and then there's a lip. That's where they stop. Then there's another, then it starts again, same thing. They keep going down until they got down to where they were going to go. And then they would cut in and run in, and they would do all the mining. And there's lots of evidence around here, of these rocks and stuff that they took out of here. Possibly one of these big hills over here could be in that.
Yeah, and most of what we're seeing, if you can tell or not, it's got a green color to it. It's it's all the same color rock, but it's got veins in it. You can see quartz veins all in this. A lot of these rocks will have quartz veins, and they're getting the quartz rocks out of there too. And that's what they want to hunt for, is try to find the quartz, because that's where that gold is going to be at. It's going to be in veins in that quartz rock. And we have a good strong reason to believe just a little bit further this way, they've got steel rods coming up out of the ground, and you'll see some steel plates under the ground, about a foot under the ground. And that was, I think, their foundation for where they probably had their tamping mine. They had to have somewhere, or tamping mill actually, to where they'd have their machinery to bust these rocks up to get the gold lights. You had to have ways to bust these rocks. And back in the old days, they had these, they called it a tamping mill. And it had a bunch of big steel hammers, like a hammer mill. And it would fall down, it had tumblers, and it would fall down kind of like a crankshaft on a car, the pistons, and it would drop down, and a lot of them were ran by water, had a big water wheel before they started using gas or electric. They had a big water wheel, and the water wheel would slowly turn that that crankshaft with all those tumblers on it, and they would tumble down and bust that rock, and it would slide right down a chute, and then that's where they'd get it, and they would either rerun it one more time to get it final, or they would take it away. So when you see these rock piles everywhere, that's what that is. They're tailings from what come out of ground here. They ran it through, and you know, that's, for my research, that's what I'm seeing. Please be careful. I'll keep that rope drag, because I don't trust them timbers too much. Got it?
Yeah.
That's all the slack you got.
Oh, you ain't got no more light. There you go.
Okay. I'll move the badger over a little bit. He's running a GoPro down in this pit. We're trying to see how deep it is. Get some footage, what she looks like under there. You can see it's an old abandoned gold mine pit. She's full of water.
A lot of broken boards and stuff of that nature. There's something metal right there in the water. Like a, I can't tell what that is.
See if you can rotate it around in there, Ross, real good and real slow, so we can get an idea, and just if you can move it over this way some more too, and we can see if there's an opening in the middle way going that way. If you can put it on the other side of that stick, there you go. Okay guys, we've just entered the old gold mining shaft. It's full of water, and we're just looking around to see what's in there actually. A lot of debris has fallen in there over the years and kind of got it all cramped up with sticks and debris, but you can see how the wood sort of laps and goes two different directions, and that's some big timber in there. I mean, some real big timber holding the all the soil in place, so that, you know, you've got a nice area to go down in for a mine shaft. It's real secure, but those are some really wide boards, and it's really neat how you can see how they've been preserved. The wood is in a really good shape. What's been, you know, underwater, it's just air hadn't gotten to it, and it's in really good shape. We pulled up a couple of small pieces of wood to look at it, and it's, you know, far from being rotten. It's pretty solid stuff. But as you can see, there's how the timber's lapped. It's going one direction, and then they bring back some more timber and bring in another direction. And as you're getting ready to see right here, there's you can see right there, there's a square notch cut out in that board. You'll see another one. That's actually the ladder as it went down into the mine shaft. So that was the mine shaft right there, the deepest part of it. And we did some measuring with a rope and weight, and we determined that it's over 50 feet deep there. That mine shaft goes down in the ground, so it's a good 50 foot of mine shaft there. And we're not sure how much further because there's so much debris in there. Alright guys, we're going to show you right here. Look at the quartz vein in that rock right there. And that's why you see all these rocks around like that.
They were trying to get to that vein, and gold runs in there as well. So you can see that vein in that rock. Really distinguished vein. It's really cool. Where they ran it through, and this is probably the tailings of what they ran to get the gold out.
Yeah, and they had a lot of rock to move, I tell you that.
But there's piles of rocks. Everywhere you look down here, there's just piles of rocks here and there, and test holes everywhere. Okay guys, we've come up on what looks like, might be some type of metal basket. I don't know if you can see it very well. It was hidden in the dirt, but you can see it was part of some type of metal basket or something, but we're going to find out what it is. There's pieces all over here. So we're going to see what we can find today to show you guys, you know, just what's here. Unbelievable. What you think, gold miner Thomas?
It's some awesome history.
It sure is.
A lot of people don't know this stuff.
You're exactly right, man. I mean, it's really cool stuff and really neat to be able to locate stuff like this again. These foundations and footings to a whole lost town. You know what they say about lost towns? There's got to be some money around here somewhere, some old money. And as you can see, the creek is completely dried up. It's a good chance for us to try to get some just some test buckets just to see what's going on today. See if we can find any traces of gold here, and I'm sure there's plenty in this old creek bed, and what a great time to check it. There's no water in it.
Here you go, Ken.
What'd you come up on? Oh my, check out the bricks, man.
More bricks, so you know.
Wow, those bricks right there from the 1800s right there, brother. They're as old as they get. Wow, cool stuff, man.
You see a bunch of them right there.
Yep,
So
this is where a building was at, and this was where part of their town was before it burned up. Guys, you're not gonna believe this. What is this, like our second or third day out here in a row?
Yeah.
And we finally found some really good stuff. Check this out, guys. This is all concrete from one of the buildings in the township of Argo. It's a little old town in Nash County, and it burned to the ground, they said, in the early 1900s, and we've really been trying to find it, and it was lost, a whole town. So we've been sort of searching. As you can see, this is, like I say, that's concrete rocks. You can see the concrete right here that's still on some of the foundations that they used. I'm just going to, you can kind of walk around and video. There's some a lot of, these are all foundation rocks, and you can see right here. This will be a good one here to show you. Right here, you can see how it was all put together. See this concrete holding all the rocks together, and I mean, this is all, you know, dated back the early 1800s. Is when all this was put together, and so that was part of the foundation. And so we know we found part of where their buildings were constructed at. So I mean, really cool stuff. It's not so often you can come up on something like that that's been maybe 100 years disappeared. So we're doing good today, bruh.
That's some good stuff.
We got to keep this stuff rolling.
That's right.
Good finds today. Well, guys, we were talking earlier about the old Argo Foundation, and we know we're on it. We found nails. Look at all, these are all bricks right here, and we've picked up probably all handmade brick. Bunches of bricks. We found a top to a stove, cook stove right there. Some cut nails, glass. There's a big old nail that came from the site. But a lot of glass where it broke out of the window pane, out of the building. But all kinds of artifacts just in this one area right here, a little small spot. Man. massive amount of rocks, all tailings, I guess, off of the mine. That's really cool about the boards. That they're some extremely wide boards, and they've lasted, you know, over 100 years. And then back this way is, we're thinking it's possibly where the wash plant and all the equipment that they had would have been right back here. And we're going to try to put it together for you and show you a little later. There's some buckets of some stuff, and
Right there.
yeah, there's some bolts. You can see some bolts right there.
And that one big one that's over there.
Yeah, there's bolts all over the place that held their stuff together. There's a bolt right there.
Since 1997, Down East Off-Road has specialized in Jeep, truck, and SUV upfitting, from lift kits and tire and wheel packages to V8 engine swaps and police and public safety installations. We transform your ride. Down East Off-Road takes great pride in customized conversions, crafting beautiful, functional, and engaging work that delights and delivers results. Choose Down East Off-Road for all your performance needs. The most reputable and professional automotive services in the area, with unbeatable prices and excellent customer service. For all your upfitting needs, choose Down East Off-Road. For those of you on the hunt, get all the equipment you need at Eastern Expedition Equipment, located at 407 Western Avenue in Nashville. Tim Fisher and Company have plenty of individually designed boats to meet any sort of specifications you need. And to make sure it's perfect for you, test it out in their own indoor pool. If you're going out there to collect fossils, do some hunting, or anything else, you'll need to visit Eastern Expedition Equipment.
You can check us out on Facebook as Eastern Expedition Equipment, or you can give me a call at 252-908-0394. Check us out, y'all.
Serving the Rocky Mount area for 30 plus years, John Barnes Electric and the team of certified, licensed electricians deliver timely, safe, and reliable electrical services. Working closely with each client, John Barnes Electric provides completely adapted, effective, and up-to-date solutions for your home or business, as well as customized designs of electrical layouts to suit the style and functionality desired. Contact the leading experts for electrical solutions and applications that meet and exceed industry standards. John Barnes Electric. Experience outdoor underwater adventure with Pamlico Divers. From spearfishing to fossil and wreck hunting, the thrill of Carolina diving brings underwater beauty, life, and history to your adventure. Whether you're just beginning or an avid diver, Pamlico Divers has the gear and expertise to make your dive a great adventure year-round. It's our passion and can be yours too. Prepare for your Carolina underwater adventure with the gear and expertise of Pamlico Divers.
Y'all, this is some of the stuff that we found on the Argo site. I mean, man, we did really good. We found a lot of cool stuff. I mean, just really, really neat stuff.
Really fun.
Yeah, you know, just like right here, that's a piece of brick right there, and it's handmade brick, and you can see the mortar where they, you know, is used on part of the footing and foundation. Right. Pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, that's on time stuff.
Yeah, you can tell these bricks just like this one. Here's a good example. You can tell it's handmade because you can see it's taller on one side than it is the other. I mean, they're not, you know, factory bricks.
Yeah, that's rare to find one like that. That's
Yeah.
pretty good condition.
You just found a lot of different artifacts, just like these railroad spikes. I mean, you can tell that's a short spike, and that's a spike that they would have used on an oil car.
Probably would have held something down like this.
Yeah, and there's a piece that we just refurbished and cleaned up a little bit, but you can see that's how the nail would have gone right there, or a spike. So it would have gone with that size oil cart track. So that was actually a small piece of oil cart track that actually probably carried the gold out of mines, I'm pretty sure of it. As you can see, there's a piece of glass. So we've got several pieces. You can see how it's twisted and curved and turned.
That's where it must have gotten hot.
Yeah,
Fire.
that's right. You can definitely tell it was a fire there, the way it warped up the glass. Really.
And the layer of dirt that we found it in also charred and black too, so
Yeah,
fire there.
yeah. Matter of fact, I found several pieces of charred wood. You can see there's the wood that was on that, like you say, that layer,
Right.
about 6 to 8 inches
Right.
deep. and you can see it just as pretty. But that's proof right there that Argo, it did burn up. We
And
found,
it.
yeah, we found every bit of this stuff. I mean, it's all been covered, covered by grass and dirt and debris, and it's been covered up for the better part of 100 years.
Yeah.
I mean, really cool stuff.
Really cool.
Found a lot of cool stuff. Here's we found several odd looking tools. There was a chisel. The corner rocks broke off, but that was a chisel. They would have used a chisel.
Probably a rock or something.
Yeah, something back then very well could have been a rock. It was kind of cool. We found a horseshoe. The horseshoe, definitely dates it on back to back when they had, they were using the horses for everything. They didn't have cars.
Donkeys and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The old mine shafts.
That's right.
All the
A lot-
rock out.
This piece is really neat right here. This was a handle. We've done a little research, and this was one of the handles that they would have used to hook to the like the ore pots where they were pulling the ore up. This would have been a handle that they would have used on one of the great big, like almost like a bin that you would pick up and hoist out of a
The
pit.
mine shaft.
Yeah,
Right.
and that's what that is.
Okay, so the other side would have been just like this.
Yeah, it's broke off. Yeah,
This would have been like, just like the handle for a
it
big
would have
pot.
been twisted on both sides, and it would have gone. It would have looped through to it was like a big pot or a big container,
Okay.
and it was heavy enough to lift large amounts of pay dirt. Hopefully.
Right.
As you can see over here, we reconditioned some of the stuff. This is pretty cool. This piece right here was used to link or couple the two cars together on an oil cart. That would have been what they would have, coupled two cars together. We put a
Right.
pin through it on each side, and that's what that was for, was a coupling. Something else cool. It was broken, but it's still really neat. Is this? You can see this is a wrench.
That's my favorite find right there.
Really neat stuff. And this corner's broken off. It looked just like that on this side, and it was a wrench they used for a certain job that they're working on.
Right.
Something else really cool is we found these together to tell us that it was supposed to be that way. This is the bottom part of the hinge, and this is the top part of the hinge. It went on a big door. They drove this into the wood, and you can see then they set the hinge right on top, and that's what would have
Right.
held your door up.
Right. Yeah, they didn't have
Really cool.
big screws and stuff, I guess,
Yeah.
like that back then.
We did find something that's more modern day. There's the hinge, it's really in bad shape, but we salvaged it enough to show people, and it was in the closed position, but there's a hinge too that was found on the job, on the, expedition site.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and to me, we're thinking that possibly come off a stove. It looks like they had some
The door.
Yeah, like maybe the top part of the where you could reach and pull it up to put more wood in
Wood
and
in,
stuff.
right, the stove.
That's what we're thinking. And this odd looking piece of metal right here, it's got a little hook on it, but it's pointed. And this piece would have been what you used on an anvil. On the old timey days, you used an anvil to beat your metal around and
Right.
form it and to whatever project you were working on.
Right, metal, a lot of metal working.
And so these anvils most of the time have a square hole in the top. Sometimes a couple of holes in the top. And you would set this right down in that hole, and you would back your metal right up to it, and that would hold your metal for you while you were bending it the way you need to bend it. And it was kind of like a stop on an anvil. Pretty cool, it's
Pretty cool.
very rare you find something like that.
Pretty decent shape too.
Yeah, it's in good shape. We actually found some pieces of pottery, or like pottery material where they had like mugs and glasses and
Right.
containers to drink out of. So we're in an area where, not only did they work, they also may have there was a living quarters, sleeping quarters
In this
for
area.
probably some of the workers near the site
Right.
that they were mining. And we found several pieces of pottery. This is pretty cool. That's the piece of you can tell that was a
Piece of the
saucer, like a saucer or a
Okay.
small bowl, and you can see the bottom of it. Pretty cool stuff.
Pretty thick.
Yeah. But and this was off the same site as the bricks, and what we believe is at least one of the quarters they stayed in while they were working on the site. May have been one of the workers' places that they stayed.
Right. Little camp.
Yeah, little camp.
Size or whatever.
Very well could have been where they also could have been processing the gold lab, because it was a
Right.
nice little building, not a very big building, but it could have been a place that they processed the gold.
Did we find like the area where the the foundation was
They
in?
found a foundation, and that's what's cool about these rocks, because that actual foundation was, made out of stone.
Actual
They
rock.
didn't have a lot of They didn't have a lot of material back then, so they had to use what they had, and so they used a lot of stone off the job to.
Well, they had a lot of extra stone laying around too from all the
Yeah.
tailings and stuff.
Yeah.
So
So they used what they had, and you don't see a lot of that many bricks, and then these being handmade, so where they had to have bricks,
they had to make them.
had to make them. So really cool stuff. But anyway, just some of the cool stuff that we found on the site that proves this right here is your evidence. Argo actually existed. We have found a location, and we're gonna go back. Deer season is on us now. We can't go back. So we'll probably switch over. We've got to do a little fossil hunting expeditions. We've got a couple of them lined up. Test out one of our new boats and see if we can start, a fossil hunting expedition while we wait to get back on the gold mine.
We've got a handful of
Yeah, we got
activities here.
between that and metal detecting on another site for, artifacts from Civil War era to.
Indian cave.
Yeah, we've got a lot of different expeditions lined up. So, in the meantime, this is proof. We found it. We found the town of Argo, the gold mine in town. We will be going back, and we will be doing more footage on the excavation of the town and putting it together on a map so we can show everybody, how it's laid out.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, we're gonna be on the hunt, guys. We'll catch you on the next expedition.
For those of you on the hunt, get all the equipment you need at Eastern Expedition Equipment, located at 407 Western Avenue in Nashville. Tim Fisher & Company have plenty of individually designed boats to meet any sort of specifications you need. And to make sure it's perfect for you, test it out in their own indoor pool. If you're going out there to collect fossils, do some hunting, or anything else, you'll need to visit Eastern Expedition Equipment.
You can check us out on Facebook as Eastern Expedition Equipment, or you can give me a call at 252-908-0394. Check us out, y'all.
Since 1997, Down East Off-Road has specialized in Jeep, truck, and SUV upfitting. From lift kits and tire and wheel packages to V8 engine swaps and police and public safety installations, we transform your ride. Down East Off-Road takes great pride in customized conversions, crafting beautiful, functional, and engaging work that delights and delivers results. Choose Down East Off-Road for all your performance needs. The most reputable and professional automotive services in the area, with unbeatable prices and excellent customer service. For all your upfitting needs, choose Down East Off-Road. Serving the Rocky Mount area for 30 plus years, John Barnes Electric and the team of certified, licensed electricians deliver timely, safe, and reliable electrical services. Working closely with each client, John Barnes Electric provides completely adapted, effective, and up-to-date solutions for your home or business, as well as customized designs of electrical layouts to suit the style and functionality desired. Contact the leading experts for electrical solutions and applications that meet and exceed industry standards. John Barnes Electric. Experience outdoor underwater adventure with Pamlico Divers. From spearfishing to fossil and wreck hunting, the thrill of Carolina diving brings underwater beauty, life, and history to your adventure. Whether you're just beginning or an avid diver, Pamlico Divers has the gear and expertise to make your dive a great adventure year-round. It's our passion and can be yours too. Prepare for your Carolina underwater adventure with the gear and expertise of Pamlico Divers.